Hi everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I hope you are doing well. The Eagles are in the lead. This is what we want to see. This is Learn Reiki Philadelphia. So we are in Philly. We want to see the Eagles win. So yes, if you are new here, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're watching on the replay, go ahead and have as much fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you're live, go ahead, click that live chat button and say hi. Feel free to make any requests for your personal healing that you have, as general or specific as you like. We're going to build a beautiful crystal grid exactly to your request and specifications. So if you would like to request the specific crystals or let me choose for you, that's totally up to you. If you are returning, thank you. It's good to see you again. And if you're watching in the replay, know that you can always join us live. You can subscribe, or you can look in the description below and see the regular days and times that I stream. I'm here 5 times a week on YouTube. And other than that, we will build this grid for the first 45 minutes to an hour. Then I'll briefly explain what Reiki is, a little of what to expect, and then I will turn the lights down and the music up and send Reiki healing to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. So thanks again for being here. It's lovely to have you. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, I'd super appreciate it. But other than that, let's go ahead over to our beautiful crystal grid. Awesome. So here we are starting off. Let me just adjust the lights. Aha, there we go. I think that's perfect. Okay. So last time we were here, we worked with a mirror, and this actually has a covering on it so that it won't quite glare so much at all of you at home. But that's a mirror that helps to deflect any negative energy, and isn't that always a good thing? We also have our usual copper spiral. Copper helps to get the energy flowing and break up any energy blockages. And so let's start building from there. Chris, Lori, Jennifer, Pam, Belinda, Jennifer, Violet Integration, and Christina. Good to see you all. Wonderful, wonderful. And absolutely. Okay, great. So let's dive in. So positive intentions for your test. Absolutely. Heart healing, ease for the week ahead, and acceptance. Hey! Well, hello in Nova Scotia, Pam. My grandmother's from Prince Edward Island, so I've been up to PEI, but I've not been to Nova Scotia though. Physical health. I did not see my crystal supplier yet. I will see her tomorrow. She's one of my peoples. And unfortunately, I don't have turquoise, but I will be asking tomorrow. Okay, good stuff. Dell, good to see you. Yeah, the kittens are doing well. We had a nice little cat nap earlier. Intention. Philly not getting trashed, win or lose. Definitely with you on that. Back pain, removing psychic blocks. Absolutely. Okay, so let's start diving in. Feel free to keep on requesting. We can bring in some. So, Christina, I'm not sure what kind of test, like if it's, and it might be too personal to ask, but I will bring in, if it happens to be a scholarly test, I'll bring in something scholarly. If it's something more medical, I'll bring that through too. Heart healing, ease for the week ahead. Heart healing. Okay. Psychic blocks, absolutely. Hey, Lisa, good to see you again. Blood sugar, you got it. For school, okay, thank you. Blood sugar, gotcha. Well, let's grab that, because that's right at... gotcha. Closest vibe to turquoise. Well, when I think about turquoise as a friendship stone, like a peace and friendship stone, friendship, I think of peridot. If you're thinking of like just peace among people, sugilite or celestite. Okay. Concentration, memory, and good fortune. Absolutely. Okay, cool. So for blood sugar, a great stone for whether it's diabetes, hypoglycemia, or anywhere around either of those is going to be serpentine. Gotcha. Hey, Emily, welcome back. Good to see you. Okay, so this is serpentine. This is great not only for things like diabetes, hypoglycemia, really anything that has to do with blood sugar. It's also great for things like calcium and magnesium deficiency. I super struggle with that. Sorry, I'm a little bright because I'm a little close to the lamps. It's also fantastic for things like trance meditation, muscle weakness, and rashes and anything with the skin. So I will bring them in. All of those crystals, please. You got it. Okay, so serpentine. For memory and brain function, as well as calling in financial abundance, let's bring in some pyrite. This is also a good one for support for the lungs. It's very protective and it helps energy to flow more optimally. It's very much linked with the practice of Reiki, and pyrite is also known as fool's gold. Joints or knees is appreciated, absolutely. I think I have 2 more pyrites. I do. Okay, great. Let's go with that. That feels nice. For heart healing, part of the request for violet integration, I have some rhodonite. Rhodonite helps to heal the heart whenever it's unrequited love or grief of lost love, breakup, unrequited love, any of that. Also fantastic for anyone who's trying to get, not so much get over, but more like move through and to heal from past emotional abuse. This can be a really helpful stone. So rhodonite. And Jen, there's an awful lot of rain out there. I wonder if that's going to wash the grease off the poles or if that's just going to make it more slippery. I think we're going to find out. Okay. Crohn's disease, absolutely. Scoliosis. Hey, welcome in, Lori. Good to see you again. Okay. And we've got liver function. Gotcha. We've got, I might need to get to that in a moment. As far as joints, I have howlite. Howlite's also great for learning. So this can help with any kind of education kind of learning. But it's fantastic for the joints, the bones, whether it's dislocations, joint pain. Also the bones in general, osteoporosis, osteopenia. Anger and resentment. When anger and resentment are trying to tell us that something is uncomfortable, is unhappy, and we need to address it, and we're having a difficult time facing it head on and we need to move through it, howlite can be really helpful rather than just being explosive in anger. And I'm just going to adjust the lights one more time if you'll forgive me. There we go. I just don't want to be bright orange. I feel like I'm getting more of the light than the grid itself. Okay. I would not want to work in the ER tonight either. I'll be completely honest with you. also for things like studying. Study and research both Labradorite and Tiger Eye. Labradorite also helps with clairvoyance, but for learning, it can help us to understand all of the different pieces and get to the details of what we're learning. It's great for detailed attention, for finding errors. It's also fantastic for harmony in the workplace, as well as better sleep. So I did see one for insomnia. Labradorite can definitely help with that. Tiger Eye is another one, like I said, for study, but it's also very protective. It helps with big picture thinking, bolstering courage. It's great for entrepreneurship or starting any kind of new venture. It also helps protect against envy and jealousy. And yeah, just very protective in general. It really kind of gives us an eagle eyes view of what's going on, no matter what we're doing, research or study-wise. So all the best on your test. Productivity, positive work relationships. Hey, Vincent, good to see you. A good one for Crohn's, as well as energy clearing and cooperation. So working with colleagues and things. For all of those things that I'm hearing a few of you request, Dalmatian Jasper. This is actually black tourmaline running through Jasper. Black tourmaline helps to repel less than great energy. So it can really help break up and clear energy from our spiritual layers of our energy field and our aura. But it's thought to really help any kind of digestive disorder. So whether it's IBS or Crohn's, I struggle with celiac disease, this can be really helpful, but it's great for cooperation too. So let's go ahead and bring this, or actually let's put it right in the grid. Yeah, Dalmatian Jasper. Okay. Spine health, so scoliosis as well as spinal stenosis, even like nerve problems of the spine, which I struggle with. My legs aren't super functional, is Amazonite. This is also a superb stone for anyone who has a caregiving side and tends to put the needs of other people before themselves, whether caregiving is part of your chosen field of profession or just part of who you are as a person, or both. This helps you remember to prioritize yourself, take care of yourself so you don't burn out. Reminds you that you are absolutely worthy of all of the love that you put out. Go. Hey, Key and or Patty. Hope you're well. For love and peace on a worldwide kind of like universal level is shungite. Or sorry, not shungite. Sugilite. Sugilite is a really beautiful stone. It's mined in Russia, and the particular stone that I got many years ago. It can be hard to find really good, like really nice quality pieces. And the piece that I have, I actually keep in a plastic container to keep it protected because I just have this one solitary piece. Yeah, let me make sure you can see that. There you go. Yeah, Sugilite is for collective consciousness, divine unity, everyone coming together and celebrating the oneness of all things. So this is worldwide peace and happiness being a focus. It also definitely works with the crown chakra as well as the third eye. So you have that too. For right now, we'll put that right in the center. And for the other one that I recommended, peridot. Peridot is fantastic for friendship, particularly the friendships that we have and the connections we have that really celebrate and uphold the highest version of ourselves. So the friends that help us and cheer us on to be the best version of ourselves. This is also helpful for things like weight gain and depression. If you struggle with those things, if that's a focus of what you're looking to address today, this can help. It's also another one that's good for IBS, Crohn's, and things like that, as well as anger, jealousy, and just breaking up old habits and beliefs that are not helping you any longer. So that is peridot. There we go. So peridot. Self-discipline, resilience. Gotcha. Resilience, and I saw also self-discipline. That's very much a lapis thing. Lapis is all about integrity, personal responsibility, truth and honesty. Also for career improvement, which I did see a couple of you request things around that. This can also be great for things like vertigo, dizziness, loss of balance, and hearing loss, so inner ear types of issues, as well as pain and inflammation. So yeah, so that's lapis lazuli. Back pain, psychic blocks. Gotcha, skin stuff, okay. Definitely leopard skin jasper for anything impacting the skin. Anything impacting the skin at all, from acne to rashes to allergic reactions to anything impacting the skin. But also great for connecting with animals, healing the animals in our lives, and connecting with our animal guides. So we'll put in some leopard skin jasper. Removing psychic blocks, the first two, like there's two stones that pop to mind, and that's shungite and red tiger eye. Shungite helps to purify water, actually. It absorbs what's around it, which makes it, actually, it might even be in some of your water filter systems at home. I would not recommend going to a crystal shop, grabbing some shungite and dropping it in your water jar though, because they do absorb whatever's around them. And if they haven't been properly tested and looked at, you don't know what they already have in them. But as it is great for absorbing things on the physical level, it's also that great for the energetic level. So carrying these on your person can help absorb negative energy that you've absorbed into yourself or that's coming off of other things. It helps to dissipate and really bring a lot of calm and peace to anyone who's impacted by electromagnetic fields from electrical equipment or high tension lines or anything like that. This one's also helpful for energy blocks, stress, and emotional pain as well. It helps to kind of wick that away, but also fantastic for physical recovery, tissue repair, so surgery, injury, things like that. But yeah, this is one that can help absorb energy blockages that are already a part of us. So I'm going to put some shungite around here. Red tiger eye is highly protective, and we work with that one here often. It's probably the most protective stone that we have here that I work with. And it's basically just like golden tiger eye, except that it formed in the earth closer to iron, giving it its reddish hue. This is fantastic for everything from anti-bullying to like the very mundane kind of physical world stuff, all the way up to spiritual entanglements and psychic attack and things like that. So this can be really helpful. And also great for things like those who get picked on at work or get triangulated at work, toxic work environments, and for manifesting cash in a hurry if you have that intention. So red tiger eye. So I hope that that helps. Whoop, knocking things off the table. There we go. Hey, blue sky, I hope you're doing well. Oh, weight loss due to Crohn's, absolutely. Heart, vertigo, and digestive issues. Okay. Vertigo, definitely lapis. Digestive issues and the heart. Digestive issues, we had a couple that were really helpful. Goodness, my brain. Dalmatian Jasper's very helpful for that. As well as I'll grab another one too. Let me see. Yeah, we're definitely going to have some more support with digestion. Anyway, I'll pick out another one soon too. Unakite is helpful for the heart, as well as quitting smoking, any kind of addiction issues. But it's also fantastic for anything having to do with women's health, onset of menses, prepartum, postpartum, fertility, every aspect of women's health, as well as metabolism, particularly if it has to do with hormones, but metabolism for everyone. Also great for, like I said, the heart and bodily fluids. So I'll bring this in. So that's unakite. That's a stone we often use here because it's such a wide list of what it helps with, and there's so many things that are common to all of us here. And let's see. Mahogany obsidian, emerald garnet jet. And I will get to everyone's request tonight. I did see a request for getting organized, getting motivated to like move forward and get things done. I just want to see whose that was. Gotcha. Yeah, but that would be garnet for sure. Garnet helps with not only finding balance, but really with launching something new or launching something with a new burst of energy and organization. It helps with creativity in a big way, but even more so when it comes to finding the best way to do something. So being practical, being pragmatic, being efficient. This helps you to find not just the way we've always done it, but the best way to do this now. It's a very Capricorn stone, lots of organization, lots of courage, boldness when needed, very, very grounding, and helps us to really enact our purpose and how we show up and what we do. Jet can be very helpful for grief. It's a type of fossilized wood that was actually fossilized really quickly, usually through volcanic activity, sometimes very hot fires. Here's what it looks like. And this is one that allows us to process grief. Oftentimes, grief can be so overwhelming that we can just be completely overwhelmed or just completely shut down and numb. This is one that allows us to sit with those feelings and start to process them. It's also great for calling on lost animals, like lost pets. So that's jet. Emerald helps with zest for life, as well as healing the skin and tissue. So this would also help things like acne. Here we go. Oh, Jen, are we doing the West Philly game of Is That Thunder or something more sinister? Because I'm hearing very loud booms over here. Okay. There we go. So there's emerald. It's also great for upper respiratory health, the bronchial tubes, the lungs, every part of it, as well as confidence in appearance. So especially if you've been picked on or teased and that's really stuck with you as far as sensitivity around your appearance, this can help with a lot of self-acceptance and self-love. Okay, I'm hearing some really loud booms over here. Just heard another. Sounds like thunder, but it also sounds like not thunder. Doesn't sound like dynamite. West Philly, we're like, what's that boom? Mahogany obsidian. This is one that helps with meeting goals, but also releasing perfectionism. If you are someone who feels like you have to get someone else's approval in order to be validated, if you struggle with having your sense of self connected with the output of your work or the reception of that work, this can be really helpful. This is also a great stone for just releasing anger, as well as finding help with vitality going forward, as well as support around carpal tunnel, the teeth, the bones, and the gums. Which caliber of boom? Not gun boom, much louder. Deeper boom. Coracar and Vincent, do you hear what I'm hearing? All of West Philly here using this as a soundboard to say, like, what kind of boom is that? It almost sounds like something hitting a very large empty metal dumpster. But that's not what it is. Okay, so good for viruses, long COVID, and the flu at the moment. I'll bring in some moss agate for you. I'm sorry to hear that. So there we go. Yeah, this can be, mahogany obsidian can be a fantastic stone if you're looking to feel like you're enough. Great stone for that. Moss agate is fantastic for any kind of illness and infection, especially when in Chinese medicine they often talk about an illness or an infection having wind. What that means is that it's spreading throughout the body very quickly. And that's whether it's viral, bacterial, fungal, whatever it might be, it's spreading through the body very quickly. This is thought to help all of those things. This is, again, moss agate. This is also great for fears of the unknown, working with the higher self, or doing inner child healing, as well as unconditional love and connection to spirit. It's a very spiritual stone, but very much supportive of physical healing. That would be nice. Okay. Rebalancing transformation. Return of joy. Love it. Petrified wood, jade, tree agate. Let's see. I think it's a little late for me to work in the bigger pieces of petrified wood and jade. So petrified wood, much like our good friend Jet here, petrified wood is literally a tree that had to die before it could transform and be reborn into stone. And so it helps us with difficult transitions. It can help us to work through and process those things and be connected to spirit at the same time. So we're going to go ahead and bring this in right near Jet. We're also going to bring in jade, which is superb for everything. It's like good energy, good fortune on every level, for community, for family, for business, all of the above. I'm going to go ahead and bring that here. And I think you'll still be able to see it. Let me see. Maybe not as much. Let's go ahead and bring this jade here and tree agate. Tree agate, this piece is one of my more favorite pieces of it too. It's actually got some new little baby crystals or spirit quartz on there. Tree agate is sacred in Ayurveda, and it's seen, and Ayurveda, by the way, is the sister science to yoga. This is a stone that's thought to help cleanse and purify and optimize the flow throughout the nadis, N-A-D-I. Those are the energy channels that are seen in Ayurveda, like I said, a system of medicine from India. Yeah, moss agate is a really pretty stone. Moss agate and tree agate have a lot in common, and I love working with them together. There we go. Now we can see a little bit of everybody. Okay. And what else do we have? Iolite, rutilated Herkimer, Aqua Aura. And did I see aquamarine mentioned in there? I'm going to throw in aquamarine. Aqua Aura we've found to be really helpful for depression and seasonal affective disorder. This is clear quartz that's been processed with gold to give it this bluish color. It's absolutely not natural. At the same time, even the Egyptians worked with not natural stones, things that they created. But yeah, a lot of us have found this helpful for things like depression. I have. It's certainly not a replacement for anything else. No crystal is meant to be that, at least not the way we use them here. But this can be really supportive of your needs in that regard. We've also got aquamarine, which helps with teeth and gums and fluids in the body, as well as deflecting pettiness, bringing about justice, may justice prevail, and helping to deflect the energy of and separate yourself from the folks that are looking for a reason to be upset, like the easily aggrieved, to kind of disconnect from that. We like to call it the anti-Karen stone here. So that's aquamarine. It's a beautiful gift for anyone that works in customer service. We also have iolite, which helps with intuitive visioning, so seeing intuitive images. So hypnagogic imagery, shamanic journeying, that sort of thing. Also great for money management, sleeping better, so definitely a help for insomnia, as well as managing fever and managing money. So we use this stone a lot because it really does help with so many different things. So there we go. So that's iolite. Herkimer diamond, which is actually a form of quartz that forms in the ground in Herkimer, New York. This helps with being in the present moment, as well as grounding energy that is just really discordant. This is also one that can help with manifesting or calling on different things that we need from the universe in a way that's very spiritually grounded and very community minded. So rather than just, universe, give me this, it's more of a, universe, give me the best possible version of this to help support myself, and may it touch everyone and everything else with love and with the highest good. So it's a really beautiful stone. Also helps support intuition. And when it comes to manifesting and hearing back and forth with the universe, there's also chevron amethyst. Chevron amethyst is amethyst with these sort of like a chevron pattern, like a V over and over again. It's thought to help direct the energy up and back so that we can hear spirit better and we can communicate better. Like, universe will hear us, we will hear the universe. And that's referring to the lines within the stone, not the fact that it's carved into a double point. The double point or double terminated also does help with that connection to above and below, as does this is naturally double terminated. The Herkimer diamonds form underground like that. This was shaped by man-made tools. But the chevrons within are natural. It's a very spiritual stone. It can be very helpful with channeling, connecting with spiritually guided messages. If you're someone that reads cards for someone or does channel mediumship, it can be a really helpful stone. Dreams and nightmares, Labradorite. And iolite too, but Labradorite. That can really help with that. Let's see. For productivity, definitely garnet. Blue Kyanite sapphire. Hematite can really help us to clear energy that we no longer need. It helps to really deeply purify the body. It's also very, very grounding. It helps to balance, harmonize, and support the root chakra, in which that's the chakra of fear and safety, support, physical vitality, being alive, basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight. This can be really helpful to let go of energy when we feel like we might be holding on to it. But yeah, for grounding, if we feel like we're just not able to focus, especially after spiritual work, hematite can be very helpful. We've also got blue kyanite. This helps us to understand spiritual messages, whether they're coming through when we're dreaming or meditating or doing readings or channeling, whatever it might be. This helps us to understand it. It also helps with radical self-acceptance, accepting yourself exactly as you are. And it's supposed to be supportive for the mind, but more importantly, the brain, especially if there's injury or, say, a stroke or something that's impacted speech or mobility. Blue kyanite is thought to be particularly helpful for those. So we'll do a little bit of these. Sapphire is another stone of intense intuition and connection with spirit. If you do any kind of channeling or mediumship, this is a superb stone to work with, but it can be quite ungrounding if you don't have a solid practice of reconnecting with your physical, vital, earth-based, body-based energy after you do intuitive work. I'd work on that before I'd work with this stone. But yep, that's sapphire. We also have rose quartz, carnelian, moonstone, rose quartz helps us by supplying an abundance of really consistent, sturdy, and stable unconditional love. And that makes it easy for us to transform in some really potent ways. It helps us to let go of energy that's no longer serving. It helps us to feel more stable and grounded in terms of being nurtured so that we can open up our hearts a little bit more and move on to things that might emotionally feel a little scary. So let's go ahead and put that under the jet. Rose quartz. There we go. Moonstone helps with balance and connection with the lunar cycles, the cycles of Earth, the rhythms of nature, but also our own intuition, as well as sacred and divine wisdom, the divine feminine. Can be very protective over travelers. And it definitely helps with releasing patterns that no longer serve. So this is moonstone. Let's see. Okay. Ease in the week ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in definitely some carnelian for like workplace harmony, good relationships, the way we relate to each other and the world around us. This is also a stone of creativity, and I did see the request around creativity. Carnelian very much works with the sacral chakra, which is beneath the navel. And that chakra has to do with literally how we relate to the world around us, but also relationships with those we care about, our coworkers, and romantic relationships. Also, sexuality, sexual function and dysfunction, fertility, but it can be a really potent stone when it comes to physical healing as well, especially things like colds and wounds. So there's quite a bit that carnelian does. So we'll go ahead and bring that here. I wanted to bring in some rutilated quartz in support of focus and clarity, but also for Cora Carr's stepfather, who's struggling with cancer right now. Rutilated quartz is thought to direct and focus energy where it's meant to go, including treatment protocols and things like that. But it also helps to give us energy and get our energy back if we feel run down. So rutilated quartz is really helpful for that. So let's bring a piece of that in. Black kyanite. I don't have any black kyanite, unfortunately. I have blue and I have green. I'll bring in some green because that feels kind of like a fun one for tonight. Yeah, green kyanite is very much chest, lungs, heart, asthma, but like that's on the physical level. On the spiritual level, this is wisdom through intuition, being connected with plants and the spirits of nature. and balancing spiritual life with our like walk a day earth, like mundane life, if you will. So the spiritual and the mundane, walking both paths at the same time, which is like a very shamanic worldview there. So I'll bring this in. This is a fun stone. I love working with this stone. Let's go ahead and bring in, I feel like there's something missing here. Let's go. There we go. Go. We also have, let me make sure we got everybody, and then we'll go ahead into the healing. Pressure and burning in your solar plexus chakra. Gotcha. Yellow calcite can really help balance that. It's very supportive for the solar plexus chakra and who we are, our sense of will. It's also a really beautiful joy stone. So yeah, this is one that can bring a lot of happiness and joy, and it can also increase like an appreciation for joy in who we are and how we are and what our path forward is. And that might help be like a little bit of a release valve for that pain and pressure you're feeling. I hope that this helps. Let's see. I also want to bring in some smoky quartz for protection and transmutation of energy. It also helps calm worry, helps prevent theft, and breaks up energy blockages. And I just feel like that supports a lot of the requests that were had tonight, and also the request to, you know, keep Philly safe tonight. So yeah, smoky quartz, we'll put some of that in the center here. And so I think we're going to get to that. I'm just going to quickly make sure I did not overlook anything. And then we are going to dive into picking a stone for all of you. I'll select a couple of stones. You all will vote on which stone would add the most to the grid and be most aligned with all of your healing intentions. I'll quickly explain what Reiki is all about, and then we're going to dive into the healing. So let's see. Make sure I didn't skip anybody. Cool, I think we're good. And healing on the physical level, I want to get one more for that. I'm going to bring in some red jasper. I know long COVID was mentioned and physical healing was mentioned. Red jasper can help with empowerment. So this can also support the solar plexus as well as the root, but helps with grounding, emotional support, especially if you've got like a long convalescence, a long illness, or it's been taking you a while to get better from something that took place. It's also really great for psychic and spiritual protection, as well as fighting for justice. So I'm going to bring this in. So with that, we're going to go ahead and let's see, where shall I place you? Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to pick a couple of stones that I think could support all of our healing. So y'all can vote on them. So let me see what would fit, and chat amongst yourselves for sure. So the two that really jumped out at me today, one is fluorite, and this is some raw fluorite. This is both purple and clear. And I often use this for just calm, chill, helping to allow emotions, especially emotions that are stuck, to start to move a little more fluidly through the body. So, yep, fluorite there. And the other is celestite. I feel like this can help with connecting to our angels and our angel guides, as well as supporting us when we're struggling with physical pain. At least our experience with it, it helps to basically pull us into the upper chakras, so our spiritual body, so that we're a little less aware of our physical body's discomfort. It's also one that can be great for discerning what's a fear and what is like rational thought if you're having a hard time differentiating the two. And also good for really just connecting with higher wisdom in general, asking for like the best way forward and the best decisions to make. So peace, calm, and relaxation. Moving emotions through that might be stuck with fluorite, or connection to our angels, angel guides, discerning thoughts and fears. And just for those of you who are new, you are not limited to just one vote. You can vote as many times as you want. Hint, hint, hint. And so go ahead and vote for which stone you think might be the most helpful for today in the chat. And while you're doing so, if you haven't hit the like button already, please consider doing so. I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is all about, and then we're going to dive into the healing. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, welcome. I'm Danielle Stimpson from Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I am honored to share this healing with all of you today, and thank you so much for being here. The style of Reiki that I work with most is known as Usui Reiki, which is named after this particular method's founder in the early 1920s of Japan. And while connection with energy and palm healing are something that's a classically Japanese practice and always was and still is, Usui's method and practical approach was really helpful for folks at that particular time in Japanese history where you couldn't teach religion, but he did want to give people a deeper connection to something that they already had access to. And so what is energy? Well, the best way to kind of get to that is looking at it through the lens of Shintoism. In Japan, this is the words. This is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everything is interconnected, everything has a soul. And within that interconnectedness, there are additional energies at play, one of which is a spiritually guided soul energy or life energy. And that's what Reiki translates to in English. This energy is flowing through all of us right now and always is. We always have access to it, and our body, mind, and spirit are always working with it to bring about the greatest sense of balance that we are able to achieve in any one moment. Essentially, what I'm going to be doing tonight is connecting to that energy source and directing more of that energy to you, empowering your body, mind, and spirit to do what it already does really well. At any point in time, you can set any intention for your own well-being, mentally, physically, spiritually. Just bring it to mind and let it go, and your body will hear you. During the session, I'm going to turn the lights down. They will move slowly through several different colors, but they will not flash or strobe. I will turn the music up, and you won't need to do anything. Go ahead and find a comfortable position, or at least as comfortable as you can. Sitting up, lying down, whatever you'd like. You can close your eyes and even snooze a little, or you can use this time to move around, take a few stretches, journal. This time is all about you doing whatever feels right to you. During the session, you may feel energy moving. You might feel sensations in your physical body. You may have emotions come up or be released. You may notice your subconscious speaking to you, or just kind of getting an ability to think some things through that you've been having a difficult time parsing through lately. Or you might have some really incredible spiritual guidance or epiphanies or just ideas seemingly out of nowhere. It'll probably be a combination of all of the above. Also maybe a really great nap. Whatever it is for you, just enjoy it as it is. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. No matter what, you're going to have a great session. If you do feel like your mind is wandering at an uncomfortable pace, just take a deep breath in and out, and you'll come back to the session. I'll send Reiki to you for 25 minutes, and at the end, I will reopen the chat and encourage you to ask any questions or share any experiences that might be, needing to be like soundboarded, and I'll be here for that. If you're watching this in the future, know that just as we're all interconnected, so this energy will reach you regardless of where you are in relation to me. It will also reach you whenever you are in relation to me. So if you're watching this in the future, hello from the past, you'll have just as fun and healing a time. Just go ahead and set the intention to receive. I've also got my cat that wants to join. Hey, Hattie, you want to come up? Mare, you talking? Yeah. She says, go birds. And as we continue on our healing journey for 25 minutes, you'll hear my voice come in very gently and welcome you to come in. But if you do happen to fall asleep, that's cool. You still had a great session. Oh, here we go. Animals love Reiki as well. So if your furry friends jump into the room and want to cuddle up with you, don't be surprised. Yeah, you want some Reiki? Yeah, let's have some Reiki. And if you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, community Discord, crystal shop, or social media, all of that's linked in the description, or you can visit my website at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So thank you so much for being here. I'm here 5 times a week. You can always subscribe with your notifications on so you don't miss an opportunity to join, or you can go ahead and check out the regular days and times listed below. So thank you so much for being here. And, oh wow, we've got some good votes. Okay, so awesome. Let's go ahead and see what won that vote and get into the healing. There we go. Moon's chilling and wait and go. Oh, your cat. Cool. So celestite, fluorite, both. We've got serpentine in there. Here we go. Serpentine's right here. And let's see. Let's go ahead and use both. It's always both. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring this fluorite in right here. And we'll take our celestite and we'll place a nice big piece here. Yeah. And place another piece down here too. So with that, we're going to go ahead, chill, enjoy. The best way to enjoy this is to be as physically comfortable as you like. So you can lay down, close your eyes. If you're also listening to the game, go ahead and listen to the game. It's totally cool. If any big shifts in the game, go ahead and enter it into the chat. I'm hearing cheering. That's a good thing. But enjoy your session. I will see you in 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to yourself. Give yourself a moment to stretch, bend, or move if you need to. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. It's such an honor to share some Reiki with all of you and to build this grid together. And if you have any questions or anything to share, please go ahead and use the chat. For anyone interested, Hattie is still on my... Oh, you can hear her? Yep. Yep, she's purring. I hope your cats are purring too. I feel so much more grounded and put together, and I hope you do too. You're welcome, Vincent. Thank you for being here. Sounds really quiet out there. So either the game is undecided or things aren't going well, and I would have to say the game would be undecided at this point. Let me take a peek at the score for us all. Virtual tie. It's 28 Chiefs and 27 Eagles, and there's 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So it could go either way. You're very welcome, Lori. Thank you for being here. I will be back at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, 4 p.m. on Wednesday, 4 and 8 p.m. on Friday, and again next Sunday at 8 p.m. Sometimes I do pop up with additional streams around world events or different astrological events. If you want to know about those, definitely subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the like on your way out, I'd super appreciate it. And of course, if you want to know more about me, check out learnreikiphiladelphia.com or subscribe to the channel so that you will always have an idea of what's going on. You're so welcome, Lisa. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Dell. Lots of love to you. I think I'm gonna... You're welcome. You're welcome, Xtina Rat. Okay, unless anyone has any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and bring the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude for everyone here. And lots of good energy going to hopefully an Eagles win, because we're in Philly. And I do hope to see you all again really soon. Thanks again for being here. Take care of yourselves, and I hope you have a beautiful week ahead. Thank you so much, and bye for now.